Hey guys, in this exercise we're going to show you how to do dips. Now you can do dips on the bench, but we're going to show you how to do it on the dip bar. So on the dip bar you get a lot more range of motion. You can also bring in your chest. So your primary muscle groups is going to be your chest and your triceps. Now there's a few different modifications how to do that, so that's why there's actually two different primary muscle groups. When you're doing dips for your chest, you actually lean over a little bit more and you engage more chest. And when you do dips for your triceps, you actually bring in your body further to the back, almost like keeping it straight, and that's going to engage more triceps. Your secondary muscle group is going to be your shoulders, your front delts. The further you go down, the more shoulder you engage. So if you have some pains in your shoulders or any prior injuries, you don't want to go down too deep. If you're perfectly fine, go for it. Get all the way down to about that 90 degrees. Let's show them how it's done. So what we're using is basically just a standard dip bar, had a combination with a lat pull down, and you can either cross your feet or you can keep your feet straight, and always want to go ahead and do a full grip. Okay, let's show them how it's done. Let's try the one where you lean forward. So cross, lean forward, and then come down. So you notice when you lean forward, you engage a lot more chest. But at the same time, it puts a lot of stress on your shoulders. So it's going to work your shoulders too. Now you're still using a lot of triceps too. It just focuses a little more on the chest. Okay, that's good. So if you want to go ahead and do it more for your triceps, it's such a small change, but all you do is just going to keep your body straight. So let's show them a few reps on that. So one tip I found to keeping your body straight is you can actually put your feet more forward. So you can put your feet together like that now. Now go ahead and come down. So that engages a lot more tricep, and pretty much it all depends on where you swing your feet. So if you swing your feet forward, your body becomes straight, you hit triceps. Swing your feet back, you work more on chest. Alright, thanks Dan. So you can go ahead and do this in those two different ways. You can also add weights. You can use the weight belt to go ahead and add more resistance to your dips. If you don't weigh a lot, then dips may be very easy for you, so you want to get the full benefit of weighted dips. So you can use a weight belt, and I have one right here. You can use a weight belt, and the way you do this is, all you do is wear it like this. The back sits right here above your butt. You have the chain right here in front of you. Now this thing actually detaches too. So you can actually detach it. I hardly ever do because I do it the most easiest way. I grab a dumbbell and that's it. Okay? So you can face it this way or you can face it this way. Whatever works for you. And now you have weight on your dips and you can do dips the same way. Some of the common mistakes that I see people do on dips. Let me go and show you. So the most common mistake I see is when guys either don't get enough for range of motion or get too much range of motion. Ideally you want to get about 90 degree on your arms, but sometimes you'll see people do something like this, to where they come up and then they just like this, just barely moving it. And not enough to engage triceps. And then on the other hand, you see people go too far and to where they're almost stressing. I mean, they're a thin hairline away from stressing their shoulders and really tearing up their elbows. And they'll do something like this. They'll come all the way down and then come all the way up, all the way down and come all the way up. Now, of course, people go, well, I want to get that full range of motion, get that full stretch. So just be very careful. I mean, you do want to get a full range of motion for every exercise, but there's a thin line between getting a full range of motion and to injury. So keep in mind, always be in tune to your body and kind of feel, what is comfortable and what is right. If you're not too sure, always go to just about a 90 and then come up. And if you're one of those guys that can really get a good full range of motion, it's very flexible. You may want to go all the way down, but always safe than sorry. So that's how you do the dips. Anything you want to add in, Dan?
Yeah, one question I had, if a workout called for say like 10 or 12 dips and a guy was not able to complete that many, is there any way he could assist himself and make it easier?
Well, he would actually probably either do the same as pull-ups, but on dips, if you see our dip bar, we have something to step on. So if you're going to assist yourself with something like this, just like how you do pull-ups, when you come down, if you can't do any more, you can either come off the ground or step on this and then press you up. And just go ahead and come back up. So what you're working on is just a negative. It's just a negative on the way down. If you don't have one of these, you can grab like a stool, something like, you know, I have a red stool here that I use, but you can grab a bench or anything to step on, or you can have your partner spot you. And spotting dips is the same like spotting pull-ups. Here, Dan, I'm gonna have let me move this forward a little bit. And go ahead and do the dips, and I'm gonna go ahead and spot you. Cross your feet together just like pull-ups. So now, all you do is just hold on to his feet, and make sure his feet, the top part of his feet is right here on your upper thigh. And then go ahead and do a couple of sets, and pushing off me. So, literally he's just pushing off me. This is exactly the same way that you'll spot somebody on pull-ups too. Alright, thanks Dan. Okay, so there you have it. That's how you do dips.